So here we are with the ongoing series of Nintendo ports a Wii U game to the Switch. Mostly because the Wii U didn't sell well and there's probably a lot of money left on the table for these games. Tropical Freeze is one that comes to mind as that came out at a higher price than what it did on the Wii U when it first launched. And now here we are with new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe for the Switch. And they left the U in there. I'm not really sure why. Because this isn't the Wii U, but they did that. They left it there. They added Deluxe, and here we are now, a $60 version of New Super Mario Bros. U moved over to the Switch. And a lot of people are probably arguing or even wondering, is this worth a buy? Should I buy this game? And that is heavily going to depend on you. And I say that because it's very, very clear. Actually, I won't go that far in. It's very, very clear that a lot of people are buying the Switch who did not buy the Wii U. I've actually seen people who didn't even know the Wii U was a thing who've now bought the Switch. So the casual audience has started to attach the Switch and gravitate to it, which is a good thing because that's what Nintendo wants. That's how you sell a lot of systems, and so far that's what they're doing. So it's not shocking that they are pulling games from the Wii U, moving it over to the Switch, with the last one, I guess, so far. We'll see if they announce more, being New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. And you might be wondering, what is this game? Well, it's pretty much the same game you played on the Wii U, with a few alterations. Visually, they upped it to 1080p as opposed to 720p, and they added a few features in to make the game a bit easier. Think about like how we had like Funky Kong in Tropical Freeze. They added a few things to this game to make it a bit easier with like Peachette and of course Toadette and everything, just to make it a bit easier when you do multiplayer. Let's jump into a game here so you can see. I'll say though, this is probably what you've already played if you played it on the Wii U. So we're just going to run through here and take a look at the game a bit. I've been playing it for a bit yesterday and today, and it's pretty much what I remember from the Wii U. Again, you're going to have to decide if you played this on the Wii U and you liked it. You might end up passing on it for the Switch, and I think most people understand because it's largely the same game. If you've never played this game because you didn't have a Wii U, which a lot of people didn't have the Wii U, so that's, I think, understandable. And you have people you can play with, so you have like friends you can play the game with. You're probably going to enjoy this game, to be honest, because it does have multiplayer. You can do full 4-player, same screen multiplayer, which is cool. It was a really cool feature on the original Wii when they did it. It was probably a lot of people's favorite game on the Wii, was just regular New Super Mario Bros. And it was really cool when that happened because it's 2D Mario. Like, it's just flat out, it's just old school 2D Mario. So you probably will like this even if you just like 2D Mario, Super Mario World, anything like that. Regular Mario. Because a lot of people are still asking for older style games like a Super Mario World on the Switch. Well, this is a 2D Mario, so there you go. Now, again, I've been playing it a bit, and I do realize that I've played a lot of these levels, and as I play through it, I kind of, I kind of zone out at times and just kind of roll through the levels. So that's just kind of the way it is. I don't know if it's because after playing, like, Mario Maker, I found some other people's levels to be more creative with this same skin, right? Because you can do, like, the new Super Mario Bros. Skin, basically, or the mechanics and everything in Mario Maker. I don't know if it's because of that, because it's been a while since I've gone back and played this. This is one of the few games I actually played on the Wii U, because most of the games I played on the Wii U, like a lot of people probably did, were first-party games. So this is one of them. And if I wasn't doing this for the channel or anything, I probably would have skipped on this game, just to be honest, because other games, like I've been playing this game yesterday, I'm like, I really want to play Tales of Vesperia. Even though that's, again, a re-release, they added a lot of stuff to it, and it's a game that I haven't played in a long time, and I really like that game. Whereas this one is still kind of fresh in my mind, mostly because it was out on the Wii U a couple years ago. But it is here, and a lot of people might be picking up for the first time. I mean, only 13.5 million Wii U is sold. The Switch, we believe, is on its way to halfway to 30 million maybe right now, like 25, 26 million. We don't know yet. We'll find out soon, but there is a good chance that a lot of people are picking this up for the first time. And if this is your first shot, you're probably going to enjoy it. So that's at least good. I can say mechanically it's a sound game. They have a little twirl which I thought was a separate button on the Wii U, but it's just the jump button again. They have these coins that are hidden throughout that give you a reason to kind of go a little further into the level to find different things like secrets and different pipes that let you drop down. They did incorporate HD rumble, so like whenever I grab one of those berries, it shakes. Whenever I do the little fluttering there, it shakes. If I jump on an enemy, if I go through a tube, a pipe, it shakes. So they did at least incorporate that as well. So that's kind of neat. But it's mostly just them moving it over. So I think it's $60. A lot of people might find, or at least people who have played it before, aren't really going to find a good enough reason to go back and get it. And I understand that. There's other games coming out, right? We got, what's next week? Travis Strikes Again comes out next week. Ooh, Ace Combat comes out next week. Now I'm just thinking about all the games that come out. So I get that. And maybe you picked up Tails or something, and that's fine too. But if you have people you can play with, it's almost like that, the Mario Party thought, where it's like, if you have people locally you can play with, you'll probably get a kick out of this game, because it is, when I played it a couple times with some friends back then, and it was a good time. It was stupid fun. Like, you know, you're accidentally killing each other by jumping on each other's heads when you're trying to make it over a cavern or a jump. You end up jumping on each other's heads and stuff, and it's just stupid fun. And if you have kids, they did add, like I said, some of the more easier characters to play as. You can also pick them up and run. So if you're trying to get them into 2D Mario, but they're frustrated with some of the originals, or maybe they're a bit too hard for them, they would probably have a lot of fun running through their first Mario level with you, right? Just kind of running through it. And that's something I'm kind of looking forward to. Maybe with my kids, when they get a little older, we can do that. Well, one now, too soon. But when they get a little older, this might be a game that I let them play, and I can play with them. Although I do have the Super Nintendo and Nintendo Classics, maybe one of those, but that would kind of be my plan. You know, everyone jumping together here. So that actually makes sense to me there. But basically, all you need to know about this is it's the same game. They did include the Luigi U. Actually, let me go back, because I can take a look at that. They did include Luigi U, which is kind of interesting. If this was weird, because I remember getting this game, right? And then they came out with Luigi U, and then they paired it with the game. They like bundled it. So it was like this weird situation. I remember it was more than $60 when I saw it, and I was like, that's odd. But Super Luigi U, which you'll see up here, I haven't actually jumped into here yet, but it is those levels we just saw, but kind of remixed. It's a bit harder, and you only have 100 seconds to run through each level, so they kind of make you speed run almost to a degree. So there's added challenge there. This game does have all of the essentially DLC, and I see it as a game that probably will sell on the Switch, despite people not thinking it will. I think this is going to move units. I think this is going to sell fairly well because it's Mario and people like 2D Mario. But I don't know if people who have already played this will buy it again. I wouldn't even expect them to, right? I wouldn't, because you probably already have it on your Wii U that might even still be hooked up to your TV because there's no Mario Maker. So if that's the case and you don't really care to play this game again, especially or even portably, because, I mean, there were technically iterations of this series on the 3DS, yeah, you might just pass on it. But yeah, it has Luigi U in it, which is interesting for people who want a bit more of a challenge. Maybe you're into like the speedrunning stuff. You could technically do that. In fact, I'll actually run through here real quick. First time Luigi U. Let's do that, because I actually did not even get it on the Wii U. Now I think about it, so this would be kind of new for me. So that actually makes sense, I guess, for me to try that. So let's see what happens here. I'm trying to remember why I didn't play Luigi U. See, the thing about the Wii U is it would go quite a while at times without any games, and I would actually forget about the system at times because nothing would come out for like 7 or 8 months or something crazy, and I would just kind of forget about the system. And I'm trying to remember when this came out in accordance with the first one. But I do remember eventually it was bundled together with it. So here we go. Let's try to run through here because I only have, I have 100 seconds. He's a bit, yeah, he is. Okay, so I heard that he is a bit slippery, like he's kind of slippery compared to like Mario and everything. And it's a bit, like I said, it's a bit harder. Let me get a mushroom here. So I actually have a bit more momentum when I stop. So I keep kind of running, which is cool. Again, just for the difficulty's sake, really, because it's pretty easy to get through some of those levels that we were just playing. and it gets harder when you try to get like all these coins, which I'm just kind of running right now. So I would go back and try to get those coins, but it's, there we go. So there's no one right there. So I just kind of ran through it, 38 seconds to get through it, and then I'd go back and try to get that clean run to get all those coins. I guess you could technically blast through the game pretty quickly in this mode, since you're trying to get through it in like, 30 or 40 seconds per level. So if you want to do a full speed run of the game, there you go. You can do it right here. But let me know what you guys think about new Super Bros. U Deluxe on the Switch. It's out now. It's $60, so you'll have to think about it. But if you've never played it and you're looking for 2D Mario, and you have people you can even play with, because it even has single Joy-Con play and everything, you could technically have a lot of fun with this game. But I would think about it first, because we're coming up on a lot of releases right now, and you probably don't want to just kind of work yourself in a corner with this one if you only have so much money to spend on games, especially since we're also anticipating some announcements coming up from Nintendo even. So we'll see what we get, though, guys. But this is new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. Thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure you give the video a like if you liked it, dislike it if not, and I'll see you guys in the next video.